Damn. What up, guys? It's Tuesday and it's the second day of living with personal integrity. And, well, I think I need to add some things from the introductionary video. So this little video will be a talk about personal integrity and the key points within this topic that I really think we need to discuss. I need to clarify what integrity means. I spoke about having congruence in your thoughts and your actions, but it's more about congruence in your words, beliefs, and actions. Because we can have all sorts of weird thoughts up here. It doesn't mean we have to go act on these crazy things. I mean, I have impulsive thoughts about how I get hit by a car or how I jump in front of the train, just like that. It's nothing I control, it's just weird stuff that happens. And that, I think, is something that everybody can relate to. It's more about what you put out there, what you tell yourself, and what values and beliefs you hold. For instance, if you tell a friend, you're gonna meet him at 3 o'clock, then you better meet that person at 3 o'clock. Because that's what you told him or her you were gonna do. That means you need to own up to that. That's what integrity is about. But also this thing with value and beliefs. That actually first requires that you have a moral standard or a set of bullet points for what your beliefs and values are, what your moral standard is. And that means you need to do some deep reflecting concerning life principles and morals. Because in another perspective, you can have great self-esteem and you can follow what you believe is the right thing, but it could be so that you think that is the right thing because you never really dug into what is the right thing. I mean, if you are raised in a sect with twisted religious belief that killing babies it's the right thing to do because that's what God told us. If you do that, that will still increase your self-esteem because that's what your frame of reference is telling you is the right thing. That you need to do some deep reflecting concerning what is right, what is your moral standards. And then you can bullet point out these principles and you make sure to follow them because that is what you believe is the right thing to do. And I'm not saying you're gonna create a whole Bible. This is something that always will change. You will always have reflecting thoughts about life concerning topics. That's part of life. But unless you actually do these reflections, well, you owe it to yourself and to your world to actually reflect upon these things. For instance, I can just mention how my increased awareness lead to this. I've outlined principles that I am not a thief. I'm a person that don't take stuff. And since I live with my brother, and every time I open the fridge, I see all these juicy, tasty things he has in there. I try to live a bit more healthier than he does, so it's all these temptations like ice cream and stuff like that. I have these urges every time I open the fridge. Sometimes it happens that I take some things, but it hurts within me. Way back, like a year ago, I could do that quite often, but I just suppressed my actions. I didn't acknowledge what I did. It hurt my self-esteem like heck, so badly. But now, since I have this raised amount of awareness, I literally can't do it. Like yesterday, he had made this very nice chicken stew pot thingy, and I was just down with the fork, was about to just take a big piece of that juicy thing. But then the level of awareness was so high, I couldn't. The fork was in the chicken piece, but I just couldn't do it. No, this is wrong, Alex. You have to ask your brother. He's sitting right there. And I know he didn't want to give it to me, probably. I assumed that, so I didn't ask him first. But then, no, you better ask him. So I asked him.
Yeah, okay, you can take one piece.
And then it felt so much better. But this is just another example of how this is put to its test. how the awareness in alignment with your moral codes and principles, they act together and create that behavior within you. And together this all forms what is integrity to you. The great thing is with this, like everything with this self-esteem building things, when you practice it, it becomes easier and easier. It's like a muscle, you get stronger and stronger. So every time you live with integrity, you do what you know is the right thing, it becomes easier. And also you feel how good it feels. Yesterday, that small little thing, hindering myself from taking that piece of food, asking him, and then getting this sense of, yeah, I did the good thing here. And then tasting that piece of food, it felt so much better, because I knew if I would just have taken it without asking and then eat it, that piece of food would have been contaminated with so much dirt and bad emotions that it could never have been worth the act of just doing it without asking first. That's what integrity is all about. Living your true self, following your moral code, it will help you to raise that self-esteem. Because as Nathaniel Branden says, the other pillars, they all fall apart if you don't live your life with integrity. It's just a fundamental piece that is becoming more and more clear when you actually practice them and you live them, because this is the sixth pillar, and I can feel how it all aligns with each other. It's all a big unified unit, and every piece of these pillars are equally important in its own sense. I just see it all so clearly now. I'm not gonna go too lengthy here. I just want you to experience this for your own. And again, the sentence completion exercises, they make it clear for you. They make you put these thoughts you haven't realized you've had yet, or maybe you haven't had them yet. But when you start to think about this, just finalizing the sentence, like integrity to me means that my words, actions, and beliefs aligns. But hey, that also means that they have to align not only in the context of what I tell other people. Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna meet you at 3 o'clock. But if I tell myself I am going to live more healthier, raise the level of the food, the quality of the food I'm eating, because I want to live long. I have a goal of being at least 130 years old. That means I have to really have a high standard of my eating and my well-being and training and exercise. So if I constantly tell myself, yeah, I'm gonna eat better, I'm gonna live better, that means I have to do those things, because that's something I've told myself. That is equally important. If I keep telling myself stuff that I don't do, that means I'm decreasing my self-esteem, because I don't live with integrity, because I'm saying things that I don't live. Equally bad. So you can't make a difference between other people and yourself. If you tell yourself a thing, it's equally as devastating to not do that as if you're doing it to another person. The result is the same. And that is a quite powerful insight I just had on the train as a result of these sentence completion exercises. And I think that little dog down there is telling me that I once again have spoken too much. So with those words, with those barks, I'm gonna close this little video vlog down, and I'm gonna do it with a big smile, because it is a great day. Truly is a great day. And just final word, I had this short little talk with two girls on the train.
School teacher,
Oh,
and
really?
I work in international school in Taipei.
Nice.
And she also works, she's a
As a
social worker,
substitute.
but she works as a substitute.
They asked me for the direction, and it was a very short, brief question, but I took the conversation further. I asked, hey, why are you speaking English? What are you doing here in Sweden? La 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 la. And it turns out they're both looking for jobs in Sweden as teachers, and I actually took their phone numbers, and maybe we're gonna hook up during the weekend. Two sisters actually, and they were super nice. This is totally 100% a result of my Rejection Therapy Challenges and this Building Self-Esteem part. I would never have done this in such a comfortable way 6 months ago. Now I just did it with easiness, fun, nice conversation, and it was so natural to just continue. When they were about to leave, I just, hey, what are you doing here? Can I take your phone number? Maybe we should hook up. Because they were nice and I wanted to do that. I had to add that. That was just something that just happened, and it was super fun. Added yet another just a great moment to this incredible day. Yep, too much talking, but hey, I have a lot of things to say. If you have something to say, make sure to hit it, write it down there in the comments so I can know what you want to say. I'm for sure closing this down before I lose it all. Also, make sure to subscribe if you want to do that, if you want more of this, if you like what I'm doing. My name is Alexander Nilsson. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being you. Bye guys.